Yo, what's up guys, I'm back with another video. Last Friday I did not upload a video because I needed a small break, but I'm back again and will maintain the Friday streak. But leave that aside. Today in this video I'll make a DNB track from scratch. Recently I have loving making DNB, so let's dive straight into it. I will start with the ambience first. This sounds nice. Let's create some sick chords using Fluid Chords, new plugin. I will generate some chords. Okay, this sounds cool. Let's start doing the glidey thing. It's pretty cool to listen the gliding thing. Let's duplicate it and select some different sounds for texture. I will add some OTT. Also, let's cut the lows. Let's find a good vocal sample like vocal ambience. This sounds nice, we can use this one. To be honest, I don't like the chord progression, so let's make it from scratch. So I will use this MIDI and create a chord progression. So we can repeat the root note like G major. Let's try something new. This sounds nice. Like down, something like. This sounds nice. This is perfect. I think G, F sharp, then E sounds pretty cool. Let's record this into Fluid Chords. So I will paste the MIDI in the Fluid Chords. So it's recorded. Now I can do the glidey things. Like just listen to that glide. It's pretty cool. So you can create some gliding chords using Serum and Vital, which is pretty cool as a FL user. So let's find a good guitar loop. This sounds nice. I think we can pitch it one octave up, like a top loop. Sounds pretty cool. Let's add some delay. And I will remove the low end. And some reverb. Let's add some vocals from MHA pack and let's pitch it to G major because it's relative major of E minor. I also love the texture of the vocal. Okay, let's add some more ambience. Let's find something cool from Atmospheric Sample Pack Volume 2. We can use this one. Sounds pretty cool. Let's pitch it to G. Let's add some more. Sounds pretty cool. I think the vocal needs a bit more highs.
Thinking right, thinking wrong. Always second guessing myself.
Sounds nice.
I don't wanna feel like this no more.
Now we can add some transition elements.
Thinking right.
Let's add a Reese bass from my Serum to Sound Bank. This sounds pretty cool. Let's decrease the low mid a bit. I think it's too overpowered on that area. Alright, let's work on the next part like the break or verse, I don't know. Let's introduce some drum loops. This sounds nice. Let's introduce some melodies like plugs. So I will use the chord progression as ghost notes to create the plug melody.
Thinking right, thinking wrong. Always second guessing myself. I'm trying to be the best version of everything all at once. I'm dying to set myself free out of all of these charges.
This sounds nice.
I'm flying out of here now as quick as I can, but I don't wanna leave just yet. I don't wanna leave just yet.
This drum fill sounds pretty cool. Now the hardest part. You gotta come up with a good melody.
I'm flying
Like we can go for A and B drop.
As quick as I can, but
So let's focus on the build up a bit. I will render out the chords because it's killing my CPU. Let's add an EQ to make space for vocals.
now as quick as I can, but I don't wanna leave just yet.
Let's add a drum fill. Wait, this sounds pretty sick.
I don't wanna leave just yet.
I think it's even key.
Wanna leave just yet.
Let's add some drum one shot to have more control over the drums. Now let's create a sidechain for the kick and snare. So I will sidechain the kick and snare to the bass, and I will open the kickstart and I will like choose any mode here. Let's move it a bit, and now I will select the kick as sidechain input and set it to audio mode. So now we have the sidechain, and I will do the same for the snare. So I think the kick is very too long and we don't want that much long kick in drum and bass. So we can shape it using a shaper box. I think like this is pretty good. On the kick I will add a EQ to like boost the highs. I will add a clipper like to clip it. Let's use this up like in the build up to create tension.
Hide away this no more.
So now we can try to create a nice melody. Let's add some downlifters and uplifters in build up.
Charge us up. I'm flying, out of hand, but I don't wanna leave just yet. I don't wanna leave just yet.
For the B part, we can use the bassline from my system to sound bank. So let's work on the bass tabs. I also got a comment like to explain how to make bass tabs. So I usually start with a nice bass shot. So let's find one. Wait, this sounds pretty cool. So always keep that in mind. What is my like the first note of the bass progression? So it's E and the bass shot is also E. It will sound good.
Leave just yet.
I will try using some vocal shots like for high end texture.
Leave just yet.
And maybe we can like duplicate it and make it one octave down.
Leave just yet. Leave just yet.
Now I have a nice low end and high end. Now I will try to find some bass shot with textures. Wait, damn, this is pretty cool. First try. So we can cut the low end from it. I will add some distortion.
Leave just yet.
Now I will add some random sounds to make it sound nice. That's it.
Leave just yet.
I think we can add chroma on the vocals to brighten up the highs.
Leave just yet.
Let's change the bass preset. It's pretty weird. Let's try something good. Hey, this sounds nice. We can use this one. Let's find a good layer for the lead. Let me find something from my serum pack. You can use this one. I will add some bass shots here and there. Let's use ascent bass loop. Okay, let's work on the drums a bit. Let's find some good top loops. Now let's add some short drum fills here and there. Maybe we can use the vocal chop. Sounds pretty cool. Now let's finally make a good lead melody because we have to. This sounds nice. Something like this. I think we can automate the rate. Sounds pretty cool. We can try some gliding notes too. Wait, sounds pretty cool. I think we can add a pitch automation too. Now let's add some effects, distortion. Now we'll add OTT. Now let's add some reverb for automation. Sounds pretty cool. Let's duplicate it and add some variation. So now that we have a good melody, we can use the melody rhythm and create a bass melody. I mean bass progression. Guys, I made a mistake. I stopped recording for something and forgot to resume. But I did not do much. It looks like I did a lot, but nah. I just added a bass layer. And for the bass processing, I just added a camel crusher, OTT and EQ to shape it. That's it. And layered the guitar loop. And in the B part, I layered the limitless lead, which is also from my Serum 2 sound bank. Let's add some distortion on the bass. And let's reduce a bit of lows and highs in the lead limitless. Now we can add pitch automation. Let's also add guitar loop here. Alright, I think we can add some more layers on leads. Let's find something from my Serum 2 sound bank. Wait, this sounds pretty cool. Has some nice texture. And let's find another layer, like for that pluck effect, like for some attack. Wait, this sounds nice. We can use this one. Let's add EQ on the leads to cut the lows. Let's add distortion on the lead limitless. Let's also add reverb for automation. I think we can use a bass fill here. Let me find something from my pack. I will use bass battle, 1 octave up. Sounds pretty cool. I'm thinking of adding color chords, like kind of inspired by Retrovision. Let's use the chord from this video. You can check it out if you want to know how I made them. Let's make a simple chord progression. Alright, let's do the same for the B part. Now I think we can add some synth fills for cool transition. Let's add some like effects, drop effects. I will use from my Ignite remake video. You can check that out too. We can add more top loops in the second part of the drop. Let's use the top loops from my Limitless Arcando remix remake video. Let's center out the ambience from the verse so that we can use that in the drop. I think we can add some more distortion on the leads. Let's add a clipper to cut the peaks, and let's also add some processing on the mid bass, some decapitator. I will cut the low end. Let's add a separate sub bass. I think we can add some more mid bass layer. Wait, this sounds pretty cool. Bass blade. Let's create a counter melody. I think it's pretty much done. I will do some small adjustments off camera and I think it's done. Let's check out the final result.
Hide away, run away. I don't wanna feel like this, no. I don't wanna feel like this no more. Think I'm right, think I'm wrong. Always second guessing myself. I don't wanna feel like this no more. I'm trying to be the best version of everything all at once. I'm dying to set myself free out of all of these charges.
This track was made by Anasami.
Out of here now as quick as I can, but I don't wanna leave just yet. I don't wanna leave just yet.
This track was made by Anasami.
It sounds pretty sick, not perfect, needs a bit more mixing and some small adjustments. And to be honest, I think it's a pretty great idea. Maybe I will finish it and release it on Spotify. Let me know your thoughts or feedback in the comments. If you want to support the channel, check out my Serum 2 sound bank and Atmospheric Sample Pack Volume 2 at anasamirmusic.com. Link in the description. Drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel and we are really close to 5k subs, so let's make it happen. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.